I have no idea how to turn this thing on.
Hi, welcome to the Rose at Home channel. I'm Rose, but we're not at home. We're not going on open houses either, though, although I was a little like, darn, those were fun. So we are on our way to Lowe's to buy something I have never owned in my adult life, and I turn 50 in October, a lawnmower. I have never owned, I've never lived in a place where I had a lawn to mow. So yes, I've never owned a lawnmower. I've never done lawn care or lawn maintenance. Both are things that seemed like they'd be so much fun before I actually had a house. And now I'm like, this is it's a little overwhelming. We're gonna be, well, Liam is designated lawnmower person. So doing a little bit of research on what to buy, because I need to be very cost effective. I need to keep the price as, I don't want to waste my money, but I also need to get something that will not cost a lot of money. There are lawnmowers that I had assumed when it said like plug in that it was like you plugged it in to charge it and then you mowed, and they do have those, but those are out of my price range. So apparently, and it's fine for us because my yard is actually really small. I think if you remember from the house tour, so you keep it plugged in and you mow with it plugged in, and you get a really long extension cord and you mow while your mower is plugged in. And for the size of my yard and as much grass as I have, that should work. So yeah, I had no idea. I knew I didn't want to have to deal with like gas cans and doing all of that kind of thing. I wanted something simpler, and there's no reason to have a gas-powered mower for a yard the size of ours. It's so small. So yeah, we're off to Lowe's. We also have another project coming up, and it's a reason that I'm probably not going to be getting a dresser, or we're not going to be getting any furniture, even Facebook Marketplace, anytime soon. I got an email from my homeowner's insurance company with pictures of the outside of the house. There are a couple of places, and I think we showed them to you in the tour, where the siding at the very bottom is crumbling. And so where there was a big problem with the siding, like wood rot, we had that fixed before we ever moved in. But there's a few other small places in the siding, and the insurance company was like, yep, you have to fix this. We need pictures of it fixed by like 3 weeks from now. So I was like, great. I first off didn't know that they could just tell you had to do that and then you have to do that, but okay. And second, so my first thought was to try to hire the person who did the front and just figure out how I'm going to pay for it. And then my second thought was, Rose, you bought a house that needed some work because you wanted to do work. So I've messaged a friend who has tools and who likes doing things around their house, and asked her if she would be willing to help us, and that way we don't have to buy a lot. The hope is we don't have to buy a lot of tools, and we can also use her expertise to help us, so that we're not completely green and having to spend a ton. I mean, there are tools that we'll probably be able to use for future projects, but I just don't have the funds right now, I don't think, for them. So that's my hope, is that she can help us, but we're going to have to get on that by next weekend. So I was like, we got to do the grass right now. It's overgrown. But we were just talking about it, Liam and I, before we started recording. A lot of the grass is like wildflowers, like little flowers, and we've got big old like fat bumblebees that have been eating from the, getting what they need from these flowers. I'm feeding the bees right now, and I really don't want to stop feeding the bees, but there are parts of the yard where it just looks like a hot mess. And so we're gonna see which part. Like, I don't know that we're necessarily or that Liam is necessarily going to cut the whole thing. I kind of want to leave where those little yellow and purple flowers are. Liam, are you excited to mow a lawn?
I love mowing lawns.
You've mowed before?
I've mowed millions of lawns. I come from a family of lawnmowers. Each generation mowed a different lawn. We were like serfs. We were like serfs. Serfs of the lawn. I served great Nicola Lawnsman back in the day. But now I serve Rose at Home channel.
We're gonna become those people who, I think we already are those, I don't know why we're doing fists. We already are those people who are gonna have to like do projects every weekend. I want to do the fun projects.
What are the fun projects?
I don't know yet, because I haven't gotten
I don't think there's a single... projects are fun, but I don't think a single... Every project's going to be like, okay, here we go. Yep. And it's like...
Learning curve, learning curve, learning curve, learning curve, learning curve. But yeah, no, we're not. We're still going to be on the... dealing with the have to fix, not the want to fix up. I think we're still a ways away from want to fix up. So the mower that we had, or that I had picked, is not in stock. You know, it said that it would be available for pickup, but I don't know. We might get something different. Sorry, there were people. But Liam hasn't been in those since he was a small child, so he wanted to come and look around. So that's what we're doing. Yes. I think we need to go. Yeah, let's go back this way. Ooh, let's look at the lights. So we are kind of walking around and deciding on if we want a more expensive mower that might last longer and be better, but is not the cost that I was planning to have. So right now we are just exploring, but it's crowded in here, so we don't know how much we're gonna be able to show you. Okay, we have a lawnmower and we got it in the back of our Nissan. So it's not the one I had planned on getting. I planned on getting a corded one. I think I mentioned that earlier, like I didn't even know that was a thing. But they did not have them in stock. I would have to order it. We wouldn't have it until after the weekend was over. So instead we got, I get that wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It would have been like an extra day. But I was like, we're here, and we ended up getting a Cobalt, which is a brand name that I recognize as being pretty good quality, and we don't have to worry about possibly running over a plug and shocking ourselves or doing any weird thing like that. So it's rechargeable, so it's still not a gas mower. I did not want a gas mower. I didn't want to have to deal with all of that and gas and oil and mixing, and it's been a very, very long time since I have never owned a lawnmower, but I remember being a kid and all the trouble with them, and so I absolutely didn't want to have to deal with that. It's got an hour. You can mow up to an hour on a full charge. You're out there dancing with the mower if it takes you an hour to mow our little bit of yard that we have. Like, the hour will be absolutely more than we need for mowing that yard. And so it looks like we are going to have to assemble it. It looks like it needs to be put together, so we will do that once we get home. That's where we are, and that's what's happening. So in a few minutes we are going to be back home after our successful trip to Lowe's. Hopefully successful. We will know when we put the mower together and start actually mowing our yard, and then we'll put the mower together. So you're going to get to see more constructy things, I think.
Hi, I'm Liam Galapagos channel, and welcome to the Liam at Home channel. Today I'm going to be putting together this lawnmower. This is a Cobalt lawnmower made by the Cobalts. It's pretty cool. I bought this from Home Depot, our local Home Depot, just 5 minutes away. I had to spend all my burger bucks on this, but we do have this baby. I love lawnmowers. Hi. Merry Christmas. We're about to take our new mower outside. Would you like to see what it can do? No, don't nod your head. You don't need to. No affirmations here, pal. We all know what you're really here for. Lawn mowing. Stop. I told you to stop. Go home. Go home. I have no idea how to turn this thing on.
5 minutes later.
We got a lawnmower, buddy.